welcome back to another edition of Neon Trash. I'm your host, Tommy the Hammer, hanging out with Amber. Tonight we're going to be checking out this thriller movie called Intacto. It is directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo. He is the same guy behind the sequel to 28 Days Later called 28 Weeks Later. He is definitely an awesome and highly stylized director. I've never actually seen the movie Intacto before, but it sounds pretty freaking cool. What about you, Amber?
Yeah, this is one of the first movies that you've had for movie review that I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it with you.
Yes! Score! Cha-ching! Success! We're going to be checking out Intacto tonight. You guys know this routine. Check out the trailer. Peep that shit, motherfuckers, when we get back. You guys are going to know our opinions on Intacto.
You want to play against me? You're no chance.
You don't know that.
It's the ultimate game of chance, and the most extreme sport of all, where winning is surviving, and nobody survives forever.
I taught you how to use that luck. Now you think you're luckier than me.
Your gift I discovered, and your gift I take away.
If you're ready, I think it's time to play.
Okay guys, we just got done watching the movie Intacto, and I gotta say, I like the movie quite a bit, even though some of the elements to it were kind of maybe vague and confusing, especially the whole concept about how this luck worked for these main characters. Sometimes I thought I was understanding it and kind of following along. There were other times to the movie where it's not straightforward with how this luck works. I mean, you're just kind of given the basic understanding for these characters and the world that they live in, and this kind of seedy, dark underbelly of luck and gambling with people's luck. And I felt like this alluring element to the movie really kind of carried the weight. And on top of it, the director just did a fantastic job with the visuals and the soundtrack.
It kind of reminds me of a little bit of Would You Rather. This movie where
it has that kind of chance element.
I haven't seen Would You Rather in a long time though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's got this kind of gambling, playing with fate element. Like these characters, they're put into this situation where they could die, they could suffer serious injury, and you, the audience, like you're cringing the whole time because these games that these main characters have to play, some of them are intense. I mean,
some of them are funny though.
Like the
some
beginning,
of them are really easy.
The beginning one was the beginning one was like abstract and kind of funny. It involved a giant bug landing on someone's head, and you're like, wow, that is a giant bug, but what the fuck, and then as the movie progresses, they keep ramping up these games of chance, and finally it culminates, to this intense sequence where they have to run through the woods blindfolded, arguably the best game of luck in the movie, in my opinion, because can you imagine it? Your hands,
just like, who's gonna hit a tree?
Yeah, your hands are bound, you're blindfolded, and you're running head first into a congested forest. Someone's gonna hit a tree, someone's gonna get impaled, someone's gonna fall down, break a leg or something like that, and they do. And it's just a great scene to watch unfold. You're like, man, this director really thought about each scene, thought about how he's gonna set it up, and executed it perfectly, I thought the actors were good. Max von Sydow had this kind of somber, sadness about him, and there was a rich history.
I like the history behind that character, where it was like how he found out he had crazy luck. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he was, in Auschwitz, you know what I'm saying?
Or one of them. It doesn't say which one, but he was in a concentration camp, and he was the last man standing.
Right. So, I feel like, it's these elements to the movie that really give it this kind of, detailed, lore. And, if you've never seen Intacto or you're unfamiliar with this director's work, I think this is a great place to start. I liked the sequel to 28 Days Later. I thought he had a great visual sense in that movie. This is his earliest effort, at least the earliest effort I've seen. And I don't know, I liked it quite a bit. I could highly recommend it. So let's do a star count here. In terms of a suspense movie that's got this kind of subtle, vague horror, mythical element to it with the whole luck thing, I think it's really good. It feels like it belongs in the same universe as maybe 7 or 8mm or those early 2000s crime movies, you know what I'm saying? So visually speaking, and I gotta say, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 or a strong 7 out of 10. What about you, Amber?
I don't know, I liked it. I agree with you though. I think it's like a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I wasn't woo, blown away.
Right.
I did like that. So normally I'm not a big reading the movie person because I just don't have the capacity to pay attention. So I did like that it was a mix of foreign film and English.
Yeah, bilingual.
So it gave you a good break from having to read the screen, so I liked that. So
yeah, it was unique that way because you had these English-speaking actors and there's people speaking Spanish, and they're all using it.
It mixed it really well, so it wasn't half of it wasn't fully all the time this one, so it would be Spanish, English, the whole time. So it kind of kept you concentrating, because you knew you might have to read something soon, but you didn't have to fully have to stare and read.
Alright guys, so that is our review of the movie Intacto. We both liked it quite a bit. Had a good time watching it. I hope we've been informative. Until the next time guys, tune in to Neon Trash.